Washington planning to major in ACMS. So I was homeschooled in high school, and I took computer science classes from one of the parents in my homeschool group. Did that for 4 years, got really into it. Now I teach programming to elementary and middle school students around the Seattle area. I'm a teacher for computing kids. I teach elementary and middle school students around the Seattle area how to program. Really fun. So in those classes, it's usually about 30% girls, and the older the students are, the fewer girls end up appearing. So maybe the younger kids, like 3rd grade, we have about a 50-50 girls and boys ratio, and then as we get into middle school, there are fewer and fewer girls. So it's really noticeable, and it's noticeable even here at the University of Washington. There are always fewer girls in the higher level computer science classes. And one of the goals of Computing Kids is to encourage girls to participate in our classes and stay through to the higher level programming classes. And one of the ways we do that is to have female teachers who are really interested in it. Female teachers who are still doing technical things in college, who can show the younger girls that they have a place to go if they stay in this field, and there are people in college who are doing what they might want to do, who can support them once they get there. I have not personally taken a computer science class from a woman before. All of my teachers have been men so far. One of the reasons I think that girls end up falling out of the STEM pipeline is because girls tend to learn better overall, in general, in a supportive group environment with other people. So when they get to these college level classes, there are a lot of boys who have studied on their own in isolation, who are really technically advanced, or at least they think they are, and the girls get intimidated by that because people come in with so much experience, and they feel like they might be inadequate because they don't just lock themselves in a room and study for hours on end and practice by themselves. And of course, some people do that. This is in general. Girls like to work with others more. When I was interested in majoring in computer science, and I told people, the 2 responses I got the most were, well, good luck, because computer science is hard to get into. And the second response I always got was, well, you'll get in because you're a girl. And both of those were not fun to hear, because I don't want people assuming I'm gonna get in because I'm a girl, because that assumes that the department is being nicer to girls than it is to boys and letting girls in. You know, the other thing is just scary and intimidating. Another thing about the intro computer science classes is that they're very competitive and stressful. Even in section, there was an air of, you know, if you don't know the answer to a question, you shouldn't be talking. You should let the people who know what they're doing speak up. So it never felt like a very inclusive environment to me. It definitely felt like a weed out class, and that only the tough people could survive it. One of the reasons that Computing Kids is trying to keep girls and everyone interested in computer science at a young age, so start in like elementary school and keep learning computer science through middle school and high school, is because once you get to college, because the intro classes are so challenging and tough and exclusive almost, that if you don't have some background in computer science, you're just not gonna do well. There's no way you can do well. So I am an advocate for starting early so that you feel comfortable and confident once you get here. Because if you don't know anything yet, it's gonna be really hard for you. And that's unfortunate, because you want people to be able to enter at any time. You want people to, I mean, they call it an intro class, but it doesn't feel like an intro class because of the time you would have to spend to do well in it and do well enough in it so that you can keep taking programming classes. In the future, I hope we can expand the CS department here so that the intro classes don't have to be as tough and exclusionary as they are. But for now, if you really want to do computer science, you should start in elementary school as early as you can and learn everything you can about computer science before you get here. And then you'll do fine. And don't get intimidated by the competition.